back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about starting out on the 80-10-10 raw vegan program. Thanks for joining me. If you are new to this program or you are just simply trying to get yourself back onto the raw vegan bandwagon, this will be a great video for you. Okay, before we start this, I just want to let you know I personally understand how hard it is transitioning to a raw vegan diet. I understand the pitfalls, I understand falling down, I understand burning and crashing, and I understand giving up because I have done all of the above things. I have been in the raw vegan movement for about 5 years. I actually committed to becoming raw about just over 4 years ago, and I completed that for 2 years. I was successfully following this program for 2 years, and then I crashed and burned and I returned to cook food for about 4 months, and I felt absolutely dreadful, and that is what brought me back to eating raw. And I have been eating raw for the last year. I have been following the basic fundamentals of 80-10-10 because I do know the program very well. But in the last few days, I made a decision that I really want to commit to this program and following it to the T because I want to get the true results that I'm after. And you know, when we're kind of following something, we're really not. So the first thing I suggest to anyone who's new to the program or anybody who's like me who isn't so new but wants to just say, you know what, I want to make that commitment and I want the results that I'm after also, I would suggest downloading the Chronometer app. And I know what you're thinking, oh no, not an app. I had a lady last night say to me, oh Jade, I had to use a tracking for years and years with the Weight Watchers program. Now I understand that well. I actually worked for Weight Watchers for a couple of years. I'm not an advocate of Weight Watchers, I'll make that very clear. Working there made me see how flawed the program actually is, but that's another story. Okay, so, but one thing that isn't flawed with that program or any other program is tracking and being accountable in what you actually eat. I had a discussion last night online on Instagram with a fellow raw vegan, and I said to her, we were talking about intuitive eating, and I said it just doesn't work for me. And the reason it just doesn't work for me is I don't have an off switch. And some people might be thinking, my God, how much can this girl eat? Well, the fact of the matter is it's very easy to do when your body is so used to eating this way. When your body is used to the influx of fiber and everything else, it's easy to do. And especially if you're taking handfuls of medjool dates, you're eating extra amounts of avocado, nuts and seeds, those foods will pile the calories up very quickly and it can run away with you. So for me, having the Chronometer app just gives me that control. And I know a lot of people in this movement say, just listen to your body. That's great, listening to your body, but it doesn't work if you're deaf. And for me, I can't always hear it. And you know, and that's by choice. And you know, especially when you're hungry, it's like, ah. So having the Chronometer app for me just gives me that control. And it also ensures that I'm following the macros. For those of you who don't know what 80-10-10 means, it means 80% carbohydrates, 10% carbs, and 10% protein. And they are what is called macronutrients. Each food that we eat is broken up with fat, protein, and carbohydrates. So ultimately, we want to keep our carbohydrates at approximately 80% and our protein at 10 and our fat at 10 or under. So what we need to do is put our food into the chronometer. But we think, how do you know the measurements? I have kitchen scales and I actually weigh everything. And you probably think, oh my God, how much bloody work is this? It is a little bit of work, but you know what? When you get used to it, it's actually no work at all. It's just, you know, I just cut my stuff up and I put the bowl on the scales as I'm cutting and I go, oh, yep, that's it, that's enough. You know, so you can do that and it just keeps me in control. So download that Chronometer app, set the macros for 80-10-10 because that'll help you immensely and that will ensure that you're going to be meeting those targets. The next thing that's really essential is to ensure that you have enough fruit in your home. Most people are used to buying, you know, when they buy their fruit, 2 bananas, a couple of, you know, a punnet of strawberries and 2 apples or something like that, and oh, perfect, that'll last me all week. Well, that's not going to even last you half a day. So you need to ensure that you have a lot of fruit. If you don't live in the tropics, like I live in Vietnam, I can buy bananas readily available and ripe at any time during the day. So I don't actually do this. However, I am Australian and I have followed this lifestyle living in Australia, and it was really important to me to rotate my bananas. So I always had at least 10 kilos. I think that's 20 pounds. I will put the right amount on the screen of bananas at any time on a rack ripening. I would also have a heap of bananas freezing in my freezer so that I could have nice cream smoothies and delicious things like that. And then as the ones are ripening, I would get another 10 kilos to start the ripening process. So always ensure you have ripe bananas. Bananas in most countries are one of the cheaper fruits, and they have the most calories sort of out of each fruit, approximately 100 calories per banana. So they will be your main staple. So really make sure you have a lot of bananas in stock. Also, ensure that you have other fruit and you have it ripening. Don't go ridiculous, you know, because you see things on YouTube or on Instagram, people will have this surplus amount of fruit, but they've probably got a husband on board, their kids and everything else, and they're eating a lot. Plus, they're long term at this lifestyle. They know exactly what they're doing with that fruit. Don't go too crazy and buy so much that it'll end up going rotten. If you can see fruit going softer and ripening a lot and you're not going to get through it all, just get out a little container and freeze fruit off. They're great in smoothies and they're great in ice creams and things like that. So don't ever let fruit go to waste, but you must ensure you have enough. Now let's start with breakfast. Breakfast is, you know, a really important part of the day. Well, the morning is. I start my morning with a coconut water. Now, if coconut water in your country is like $5 each, which I know it is in Australia, don't go out and buy coconuts unless you've got the money to do so. You don't want to make this lifestyle more expensive than it has to be, or you will find yourself falling off the perch, not through not wanting to be on the lifestyle, but through not being able to afford it. So don't go ridiculous and say, well, that's it, you know, I'll spend 40 bucks or whatever on coconuts and that's a third of your budget. Well, you don't need that. You can have normal filtered water with lemon in the morning. But I get coconuts really cheap here. So the fact of the matter is I have coconut in the morning because I can get them cheap. They're affordable. It's not busting my food budget. The reason I like to have water in the morning is to hydrate my body. Your body dehydrates whilst you're sleeping. It's the longest time that our body actually goes into fast mode, so to speak, unless you're, you know, another topic. And when you wake up in the morning, you need to hydrate your body. Your body is 70 to 80% water. Your brain is definitely 80% plus of water, and you need to rehydrate your body. So it's just great to get some water into you and hydrate your body. For me, I love waking up and hydrating my cells and just feeling alive, but I feel alive in my brain. When we feel alive in our brain, we are more likely to eat better because we're more likely to think better. So it's really important to hydrate your body. Now, I see this quite often, people trying to sort of replicate a cereal first thing in the morning. So they'll pour a bowl with nuts and seeds and coconut flakes and all sorts of things and cut up fruit, and then they'll put coconut yogurt on top, and I sort of cringe and I think, my goodness, you're going to bloat your belly. You're probably thinking, well, that sounds like a really healthy breakfast, but you're following this. And when you're following this program, and really, I believe this for anybody, you should be breaking your fast with fruit. Your digestive system needs to slowly wake itself up. It's the gentlest way to wake your body up in the morning. But when you go and put all that high fat into your body and you've got fruit in there, plus you're planning on having fruit throughout the day, this is what's going to happen. Fruit digests very fast. Seeds and nuts and fats digest very slowly. So what happens is the fruit's like, yeah, man, I'm here, I want to get out, poo-hoo-hoo. And it's, ready to go, party, party. And the fat is sitting there saying, I think I'll just stay here a while. There's no hurry, I'm just going to take my time. What happens is, because that's blocking the digestive system, because it doesn't want to move anywhere in a hurry, what happens, the fruit can't digest, so it ferments in your digestive system. Next thing you know, your belly is bloated. You know that? That can cause constipation. It can also cause diarrhea. It can cause a lot of stomach upsets, and you'll start thinking, oh, I don't feel really good on this lifestyle. And I hear it quite often. People say, I don't feel good on this lifestyle. Well, what are you eating for breakfast? Start the morning with something extremely hydrating. For me, I love having watermelon first thing in the morning. Watermelon in Vietnam is absolutely delightful, so it makes it a lot easier for me to have watermelon. If watermelon's crap in your country, have another fruit. Have pineapple, have cantaloupe, have peaches, have apricots, have plums, have apples, have whatever is available, oranges, whatever's available to you, have it. I tend to have about 600 grams of watermelon, which I think is about 11.2 ounces. And I also have 6 passion fruit. I like having that in the morning. It's a really good breakfast. It's very hydrating. It's hydrating fruit, so it hydrates my cells and it hydrates my body. And that's why I'm recommending to you to have some high water fruit. It's really great way to wake your digestive system up and feel good. Come lunchtime, if you're going to work, I would suggest pre-packing your food. And some people will say, oh my God, don't cut fruit in advance, it oxidizes. If you are worried about that, just bring in 6 to 8 bananas and have them in some lettuce leaves. Yes, everybody at your work's going to look at you like you're crazy, but don't worry about it. Sit there munching on that lettuce leaf with banana lettuce taco. Have that, and then you don't have to worry. You can bring in other fruit too and just have it, or dice your fruit up. Have some lettuce leaves or some celery or whatever with it and sit there and enjoy that. And you will feel great. You're going to feel great. Most people are going to be coming back from lunch feeling like, because they've just had McDonald's or whatever else they decide to have, Chinese food or whatever, and they feel heavy and stodgy, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I feel good. So you're going to feel really good. Come dinner time, have some fruit. You probably think, oh my God, I don't just want to have fruit again. Have some fruit to ensure that you have enough calories to sustain yourself, and then have a salad, and you can use a small amount of avocado, coconut meat, or some seeds or nuts, and mix that in and make a dressing. If you'd like some dressing recipes, the links in the description for my Instagram. I have so many dressing recipes on there. I also have ideas for how to eat and fruity ways, and I've also got some what I eat in a day posts, so that'll help you too. My Instagram's a really great place to be at. So yeah, that's pretty much your day. If you are hungry in between, and it can happen when you're new to this lifestyle, ensure you eat enough greens. When you eat enough greens, you will be satiated, and it will also fight off food cravings. It's natural you're going to have cooked food cravings. A lot of it's up here. You know, it's what we're used to, having high fat, high sugar, high salt, and your body is craving it, and all of a sudden you're putting yourself on this simple lifestyle. At first, when you're new to this lifestyle, just keep it with fruits and greens. Don't even start adding any fancy stuff in. Let your taste buds clean themselves so you can really adjust and say, you know what, I don't need to have any stimulants. And I'm talking, when I'm saying stimulants, cacao, nutritional yeast, smoked paprika, coconut aminos, things you will find on raw vegan recipes. And look, you will look at some of mine, a lot of mine, and I have a lot of those bits and pieces too. But they can stimulate your taste buds and make you crave food. So a great dressing is something like blending some raspberries and peaches together, chopping up some raspberries and peaches, pouring it on top and having that with some lettuce leaves, something like that, and it's not going to leave your body so, I want that. And it happens. I promise you, you'll start getting that devil on your shoulder saying, you know you want the pizza, you know you want the pizza, and the other one's going, she does not want the pizza. Yeah, she does, she wants that pizza. You go, ah! It'll happen. I promise you. I've been through it 1,000 times, and so has many other people on this lifestyle. So when starting off, if you keep it simple, sexy, it's a great way to be. The other thing I want to mention to you is read the book. It is a blueprint for how to live this lifestyle, but it's not going to be enough for you. Read the blueprint and then make sure you're in a support group. I have 3 raw vegan support groups, but I have one specifically for 80-10-10, and the link's in the description for that, as well as my other 2 groups. Make sure you talk with other raw vegans. Make sure you talk to long-term raw vegans who understand the lifestyle, who understand the pitfalls, who understand falling off the wagon and getting yourself back on, who understand how to deal with all these different things. Because you will learn from them. You need a support network. It's essential. I assure you, you will not find support just walking down the street for this lifestyle. It's not like your latest Weight Watchers meeting. They're not everywhere. You will need to find your raw vegan friends online, and that's why your Facebook forums for this lifestyle are so essential, because nobody else is going to understand what you're going through, because they're going to think you're a weirdo who wants to eat nothing but fruit and lettuce. They're going to say, she's just a Bugs Bunny, like seriously. So you really need to network with other raw vegans. Find them on Instagram. Find people you connect with. Find people that can help you with this lifestyle further. But you need to have a basic understanding of how this program works. So many people want to start this lifestyle and they have no idea, and they, you know, serving themselves up small portions, lots of fat, and is basically a recipe for disaster. Then they fall off the wagon and say, oh, this is too hard, and return to their old lifestyle. There's a reason you wanted to start this lifestyle. Gain as much knowledge as you can. Find people that you can gel with and find that information. Find the little, little bits of nuggets that are going to help you along the way, and find people you connect with who will truly inspire you and motivate you to reach the best version of you. I promise you, when you can be successful in this lifestyle, and anyone can, it's not anybody special, it's anybody can, but you have to want to. You have to create the right mindset in order to want to. Okay, that's it for today, because I have spoken for a long time. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Comments below are good for me because I know that you're liking my videos. And share this video, join my group, yada, yada, yada. Most importantly, love life, live free, and be kind to the #1 person in your life, you. Thanks for watching.